Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hi Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON Guru official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, 3rd chapter, text 44 onwards. So the Lord speaking to Vasudeva and Devaki. Etadvang darsitam rupam pragjanma smaranaya me nanyatha madbhavam jnanam amartyalingena jayate. That means, the Lord said, I have shown you this form of Vishnu just to remind you. Just to remind you of my previous births. Otherwise, if I appeared like an ordinary human child, you would not believe that the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu has indeed appeared. So, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada Maharaj says that Devaki didn't need to be reminded that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, had appeared as her son. She already accepted this. Nonetheless, she was anxious, thinking that if her neighbors heard that Vishnu had appeared as her son, none of them would believe it. Therefore, she wanted Lord Vishnu to transfer himself into a human child. On the other hand, the Supreme Lord was also anxious, thinking that if he appeared as an ordinary child, she would not believe that Lord Vishnu had appeared. Such are the dealings between devotee and the Lord. The Lord deals with his devotees exactly like a human being, but this doesn't mean that the Lord is one of the human beings. But this is the conclusion of non-devotees. Avajanati mang modha manusinkarumashritam, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 9:11. Devotees know the Supreme Personality of Godhead under any circumstances. This is the difference between a devotee and non-devotee. The Lord says, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyajimang namaskaru, Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter, text 65. Engage your mind always in thinking of me, become my devotee, offer obeisances and worship me. A non-devotee cannot believe that simply by thinking of one person, one can achieve liberation from this material world and go back home, back to Godhead. But this is a fact. The Lord comes as a human being, and if one becomes attached to the Lord on the platform of loving service, one's promotion to the transcendental world is assured. So Sripad Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in Sarartha Santika says, I have appeared in a four-armed Vishnu form because you would not recognize me as God if I appeared in my complete original two-armed human-like form. Siddha Swami in Bhagavata Deepika says that Prathamam tavat etad rupam me janmedi smaranaya jnanaya darsitam. Just to remind you of this fact. So I came in this form. Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Vaishnava Toshani says that you would not understand my birth, madbhavam, aham jato asmi iti jnanam manusya rupena na syat janmatah. Knowledge that I have been born would not arise if I had a human form from birth. So in this way, the Lord further says in verse 45 that Jubam Mam Putra Bhavena Brahma Bhavena Chasakrit Chintayanto Krita Sneho Jasyeth Madgatim Param. That means both of you, husband and wife, constantly think of me as your son, but always know that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By thus thinking of me constantly with love and affection, you will achieve the highest perfection, returning home back to Godhead. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada Maharaj says that this instruction by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to his father and mother who are eternally connected with him is especially intended for persons eager to return home back to Godhead. One should never think of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as an ordinary human being, as non-devotees do. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, personally appeared and left his instructions for the benefit of all human society. But fools and rascals unfortunately think of him as an ordinary human being and twist the instructions of Bhagavad Gita for the satisfaction of their senses. Practically everything commenting on everyone commenting on Bhagavad Gita interprets it for sense gratification. It has become especially fashionable for modern scholars and politicians to interpret Bhagavad Gita as if it were something fictitious, and by their wrong interpretations they are spoiling their own careers and the careers of others. The Krishna conscious movement, however, is fighting against this principle of regarding Krishna as a fictitious person and accepting and that there was no battle of Kurukshetra, that everything is symbolic and that nothing is in Bhagavad Gita is true. In any case, if one truly wants to be successful, one can do so by reading the text of Bhagavad Gita as it is. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu especially arrested and stressed the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, Jahare Dekha Tarika Krishna Upadesh, stated by Chaitanya Charitam in Chaitanya Charitam, the Madhya Lila 7th chapter, text 128. If one wants to achieve the highest success in life, one must accept Bhagavad Gita as spoken by the Supreme Lord. By accepting Bhagavad Gita in this way, all of human society can become perfect and happy. It is to be noted that because Vasudeva and Devaki would be separated from Krishna when he was carried to Gokula, the residents of Nanda Maharaj and the Lord personally instructed them that they should always think of him as a son and as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That would keep them in touch with him. After 11 years, the Lord would return to Mathura to be their son, and therefore there was no question of separation. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in Saratadasim Tika says, in the scriptures prescribing worship of Krishna through mantras, Vasudeva is mentioned as the father of Krishna. This shows without doubt that Vasudeva is eternally in the position of Krishna's father. But in order to increase their bliss by promising perfection of their sadhana in this birth, their status as Krishna's eternal associates, Nitya Siddha Parikara, is hidden in this verse. By thinking of me, you will attain me. The actual meaning of the verse, however, is I will now go to my most excellent eternal abode of Gokula. After 11 years, I will return to Mathura and you will meet me at that time, but now I will be separated from you. So, Siddha Swami in Bhavattadipika says, Nanu Toi Prasannepi Katham Avayo Punah Janma Iti Ataha. If Vasudeva and Krishna will think, Vasudeva and Devaki will think that you are the Lord and you are satisfied with us, or you have compassion to us, or you have very much soft concept for us. Till then, we are taking birth again and again. This is the reason. For that, the answer to that question is given in this verse. So, Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Vaishnava, Jiva Goswami in Kramasandarbha says, Jasyathe should be Jasyatha. This is grammar. And Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Vaishnava says that you think of me as your son, who is Brahman. They are expressed as equivalents to point out the greatness of the object of affection. You think of me constantly. This indicates that their bhava. This way, though Aditi and Kasyapa will attain the highest goal after being qualified, they attain it as your expansions. Now you will attain the goal without another birth. The Supreme Lord replied, my dear mother, best of the chest, in your previous birth, In the Swayambhu millennia, you are known as listening, and Vasudeva, who was the most pious Prajapati, was named Sutapa. So you to attend my abode now, Kasyapa and Aditi, after being qualified, will attend it. This is understood according to Bhagavatamrita. So in this way, the Lord said, and from 46 to 53, these 8 verses describe how Vasudeva takes Krishna to Vrindavan. After giving all these things, saying all these things, the Lord became a human child, and Vasudeva will take the child to Mathura. It will describe in the next chapters onwards. So thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like our channel and get the blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.